Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we are going to talk about everything we know so far about the new Uncharted game. We'll also take a closer look at what Daniel RPK had to say and why the next Naughty Dog project might not be Intergalactics, but actually a new Uncharted instead. But before we dive in, let me introduce the sponsor of today's video. Gamers, if you are looking for the best deals, Eniba is your go-to marketplace with over 40,000 digital projects at unbeatable prices. From AAA blockbusters to indie gems, Eniba has something for every gamer, whether you are on PC, PlayStation, Xbox or Nintendo. Why pay more when you can grab your favorite game at a discounted price? Buying is quick and easy, just a few clicks and you are ready to play. Eniba offers secure payment methods and 24/7 live support to ensure your experience is smooth. Trust Eniba for fast, reliable gaming. Click the link in the description and start saving today. Around 2023, the first rumors about a new Uncharted game started popping up, and they actually seemed pretty realistic. Sony even looked like they were intentionally building hype among fans. That same year, Sony launched a major live ad campaign called Live from PlayStation 5. The promo featured a bunch of live action clips inspired by recent games like Returnal, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War Ragnarok, Final Fantasy XVI and Spider-Man 2. But one short and mysterious scene caught everyone's attention. It showed a young woman exploring a cave with a torch, and fans immediately started speculating if this Sony teasing Uncharted 5. People were expecting an official trailer or at least a short teaser to drop soon, but as time passed there was nothing. The final nail in the coffin came from Bend Studio reportedly cancelled development on their Uncharted project. That basically made everyone assume the series was done for. But after digging deeper, I came across some really interesting info. Let's break it down. The first person to talk about this was Jason Schreier. He reported that Bend Studio had once been working with the support, and that's a key phrase, of Naughty Dog on an unannounced title that felt a lot like Uncharted gameplay-wise. Later on, this was backed up by documents leaking during the 2023 Insomniac data breach. These leaks confirmed that at one point Bend Studio had plans to continue on Days Gone and also develop a new Uncharted game. These documents were dated back to 2020. That's 5 years ago, and since then there hasn't been any new official info, which makes it seem like the game got quietly shelved. Schreier later explained that Bend Studio didn't want to work on a new Uncharted and chose instead to focus on their own original IP, which, fun fact, also got cancelled recently. But the important thing here is this: at one point Naughty Dog and Bend Studio were working together on a new Uncharted game, and just because Bend dropped out doesn't necessarily mean Naughty Dog did. So let's talk timing. It's been nearly 3 years since Uncharted 5 would have entered development, and about a year and a half since we last heard anything substantial. But then came a new report from Daniel Rickman, aka Daniel RPK, who dropped some major news. According to Rickman, Naughty Dog has recently been working on a new game for the past 3 years. A portion of the studio is developing this secret project under the direction of Sean Asgike, the game director of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's highly likely that this is the same project Naughty Dog was once developing with Bend. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In an older interview tied to Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, Asgike said something that really stands out now. He said, "I think we can say for certain that we can never say never. Yeah, Uncharted is a franchise we love, that the studio loves, I love, and Kurt loves. It's a world we want to see more of." That quote was made long before the leaks and rumors started, but looking at it now, it hints different. Rickman flat out claims that Asgike is in charge of the new Uncharted title, and based on everything we've heard, it adds up. Intergalactics has already been announced. The Last of Us Part 3 is likely years away, maybe 5 or more, if it even happens at all. Neil Druckmann recently hinted it might not, and if it does happen, it'll probably be overseen by Druckmann, not Asgike. The multiplayer Last of Us project has also been cancelled, so realistically, a new Uncharted spin-off seems like the most likely scenario right now. Rickman did mention that it's probably not a direct sequel to Nathan Drake's story, but a spin-off set in the same universe. And honestly, Daniel RPK has a solid track record, unlike guys like Tom Henderson or Daz Golem, who sometimes throw things at a wall to see what sticks. So there's a high chance that this is legit. Now let's talk about 4 possible directions for the next Uncharted game. Some of these ideas come from Reddit theories, while others are based on small unconfirmed leaks from questionable insiders, but still worth considering. According to rumors, Sony has explored several different spin-off or sequel concepts for the series. The first rumor concept was a game focused on Sam and Sully. The story would take place a few years after the events of Uncharted 4, showing the two continuing their treasure hunting lifestyle without Nathan Drake. The tone would be a bit more mature, seasoned adventurers taking on a morally grey jobs, chasing down lost treasures, and maybe even facing ghosts of their past. Imagine the classic Uncharted gameplay, but with older, rougher characters navigating the darker corners of the world. The second idea was a prequel about a young Victor Sullivan, set in the 1970s when Sully was about 25. He's just left the Navy and is trying to find his place in the world, slowly becoming the charming con artist we know today. Think Sean Connery's James Bond meets Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with a touch of Joker. This one actually seems the most plausible, since Days Gone director Jeff Ross reportedly talking about it back in the day. The third and most logical direction is a game centered on Casey Drake, Nathan's daughter. This feels like the most obvious sequel setup, especially considering how Uncharted 4 ended. Cassie grew up surrounded by adventure, history and mystery. She clearly has the curiosity and spirit to follow in her parents' footsteps. Rumors say Sony's seriously considering this option, but something held them back. Maybe it felt too predictable. The whole child of the hero takes the torch trope has been done a lot, and let's be honest, we already have a young female adventurer in the form of Lara Croft. The fourth idea is a prequel about a young Nathan Drake, set before the events of Uncharted Drake's fortune. Sony and Naughty Dog might follow the current industry trend of diving into origin stories, revisiting Drake's early adventures, his first encounters with Sully, or even exploring unknown chapters between the main games. Prequels are definitely hot right now. We've got a Gears of War prequel on the way, the new Doom launching this May is a prequel, and there are even rumors of a young Kratos prequel for the next God of War. This kind of story would give fans another epic adventure with a beloved character, without messing with the closure we got in Uncharted 4. Either way, we're still waiting for an official info, but if you piece together all the little bits and rumors floating around, there's definitely a small but real hope that Uncharted isn't done just yet. Thanks for watching. For more updates on Uncharted 5 and other gaming content, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, stay safe.